yayiritse mama zo kwasaba imbabazi arambwira ngo nanjye sincomoka nicyo jambo numva yambwiye.
Ahantu ko muhabona niho data yatemaguriye mama na barumuna banjye. Ahantu bijya kuba yabatemye mbese bamusaba imbabazi, ariko birangira n'ubundi ubuzima bwabo buze. Niyo mpamvu mureba ameze gutya, nanjye ukanyisinga ntago mpumva.
Life is not always easy to live, but the opportunity to do so is a blessing beyond comprehension. In the process of living, we face a lot of struggles, many of which will cause us to suffer and experience terrible pain.
TURIKUBWIMANA Emmanuel.
He is called Emmanuel. Yes, his entire family was murdered by his own father. It sounds impossible, but it's what happened to this family. His father had a machete and he slaughtered his wife and children. This is the house where it all happened. This is his sister and she is the only one that survived. Though she survived, she was seriously injured and got paralyzed for life. She lives with wounds that they have been treating for years now, but they still hurt. Emmanuel says that he wasn't home when this happened. He says that this may sound like a good thing because he survived, but he does not consider it to be good at all, because if he was home, he would at least save his siblings and his mother as well. This is their story. Well, a father is the head of the family in most cases. He has different responsibilities, but besides those, a father is a parent who loves his family so much and usually protects it from a lot of bad things. And it's so surprising when the person you trust the most turns out to be the worst that you've ever seen. Today we visited this family that is going through a lot of physical and mental pain. They would like to share their story to the world so that Emmanuel can help and save his dying sister, since she is the only one that he has as family right now. Years ago, they were a happy family with both parents who loved each other a lot. The children too were very happy and going to school just like normal children should. Everything about this family was adorable. As a family business, they made and fermented local alcohol and sold it to the villagers in the society. This is where they got money that was used for home consumption and other things that they needed as a family. The children were growing up, and since Emmanuel was the firstborn, he was old enough to start working. He spent a very long time seeking for a job in this village, but he failed to find one, so he had to come up with another idea. He moved to the city because he had been told that there were a lot of job opportunities, so he went to try out his luck, and this is when he started being independent, and he hoped to come and visit his family once in a while. He says that by the time he left, they had no problem at all among themselves. Everything was fine between them, and he never thought that their father would hurt any of the family members or anyone else regardless. One day, at around 8:30 p.m. in the night, his family was at home making local alcohol just like they always did. But they did not know that this was the last night of their lives. They had a machete that they used to cut banana plantations that were used for making the alcohol. She hit her father's glass of alcohol accidentally, and she said she was sorry, but he did not want to listen. He started beating her up badly, and her other 2 brothers and mother came to see what had happened. They tried to stop him, but it wasn't possible. He picked up the machete and started cutting her head and her other body parts. Her mother came to save her daughter, but she was also cut to death. The young brothers also came to save their mother, and they were also killed. She fainted because she had a lot of different and serious cuts on the head, and her father thought that she was dead. He walked out and started breaking down his house while they were inside. He did not want any of them to ever survive. The villagers came to find out why he was breaking his own house. They found his family dead inside, and they called the police. He was then arrested and immediately taken to prison. His family was rushed to the hospital. Their mother died on spot, but her other 2 brothers were still alive when they got to the hospital, and they also died before they even got treatment. By the time she woke up, she was the only one that was still alive. People in the neighborhood say that he was such a kind man that loved each and every one. They did not think that he was capable of killing anyone and his own family. This was absolutely impossible. They got shocked when they found out that it was him that had done this to his family. Emmanuel was still looking for a job for a couple of days in the city. One day, his cell phone rang and he was told what had happened to his family. He did not believe it, and he quickly came back home to see for himself. He asked if there were any survivors, and he was told that his sister was still alive, but she was in the hospital. They did not think that she was also going to live for long. Emmanuel quickly ran to the hospital to find his sister. He had to sell each and everything he had in order to get the money that was needed for his sister's treatment.
Nibwo nabarije se ntawe uri kurokoka we byibura wenda atangira kumbwira yuko hari mushiki wanjye uri kwa muganga irari wa Faisal. Ubwo bambwira yuko n'ubundi arwajwe n'abaganga.
When they got it, they were immediately transferred to a much better hospital for treatment, and they moved there. Treatment became so expensive after they had spent 1 year in the hospital. They couldn't afford to pay anymore, and they were sent back home, but his sister wasn't fine at all. She was traumatized, paralyzed, and she couldn't even talk. They came and started living in this house, and he cannot work because there is no way that he can leave his sister at home in this condition. He has to stay here and take care of her each and every day of their life. They have spent 4 years living in this house, and they are going to be thrown out soon because they have spent a very long time without paying house rent. In such a situation, it is obvious that food is also one of the biggest problems that they face. A lot of years later, his father couldn't make it anymore in prison, and he later died. He says that before his father died, he did not have the energy to visit him and ask him why he did this. He hopes that his sister can get the treatment that she deserves because he does not want to lose her, since she is all that he has left as a family. He surely does not have hope or anyone that could help them. This is why he is asking for help from everyone that is watching. The funds that will help Emmanuel take his sister for advanced treatment will be donated via GoFundMe. A link that is in the description of this video and pinned in the topmost comment by Afrimax English. Forgiveness does not erase the bitter past. A healed memory is not a deleted memory. Instead, forgiving what we cannot forget creates a new way to remember. We change the memory of our past into hope for a better future. Thank you for watching. My name is Prince. This is Afrimax English. Do not forget to subscribe.